Well, that's correct, Michael. I did write the book, and it was designed in part, for marketing for my law practice, but more so because I feel that truly I've been honored to have the opportunity to get a legal education and go out and help people, and I've been doing that for 31 years. And if I don't make a dime and I help you because you got my book, then I just feel like I've done something good, and I can say at the very end of my life, on those last dying days, that I've done good. And that's a thing that makes me proud. It's I think we should all use our skills and our knowledge to help other people. That's part of what I believe is an important segment of our life's purpose. What we have here is, again, an auto accident case, and as you described, Michael, I do take readers through the process, and I start off by being bold. I say that lawyers have absolute rights and wrongs as to how they approach what they do with their client, and right off the bat. I mean, this isn't, in my mind, subject to discussion. This isn't a maybe or a possibly or a style that one lawyer may have or another. I mean, you can have style, but you need to always hit certain things. I mean, when you get in the car, it's not about whether I want to, just sit there. I mean, that's fine. If you want to go someplace, you have to put the keys in and you have to step on the gas. So when you have a new client come in, you have to explain what their rights are. You have to tell them the foundation of what's going on legally. You must explain this to the clients, because more often than not, the clients don't know, and they need to know. They need to be able to understand what it is that the law says they're entitled to. And sometimes the clients, for whatever reasons, they just say, oh, I don't have a need for that. So let's just talk quickly. You have a right to have your car fixed. You have a right to be compensated for injuries, and that includes a right to have your medical bills paid and a right to be reimbursed for the time that you miss from your job. Medical requirements are such sometimes that the doctors tell you, stay out of work for a week. You need that time to be rehabilitated. Maybe you're missing time from your job because you need to attend therapy or something like that. And you also have the legal right to be compensated for an additional amount, which I like to call disruption of life. Pain, suffering, inconvenience, aggravation, being nervous, being upset. Sometimes it's simple little things. I mean, you're not going to become a millionaire over the fact that you lost sleep for 3 or 4 nights in a row. That's not the kind of compensation that we're talking about. But because you lose sleep, I mean, hey, you get up the next morning and you're a little grouchy. And that's not your normal, wonderful personality. You snipped at your partner, and that's not the way that you normally conduct yourself. So you have a right to financial compensation that the law allows, and it's incredibly important that right off the bat, the attorney explain this to the client. There's also an absolute need in my mind for the attorney to explain the process, how it happens, what happens, when, who the players are, the insurance company, the car repair, the police, the doctor, the lawyer, what their roles are. All of these things are things that I start off by explaining to clients because of the experience that I've had over 31 years listening to their questions. So in 7, 8, 9 minutes after meeting with me, I try to answer those questions so that the clients, have some idea of what's going to happen. And that doesn't mean they always understand it. I try to make it understandable. That doesn't mean they always remember it. I tell them, if there's anything at all that you need, call me later. We'll discuss it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times until you get it. There's a need for education and knowledge because, again, I've had clients come in and they say, well, my case is worth $1 million. Well, no, it's not worth $1 million. You have a neck sprain and a back sprain, and likely you're going to need some form of therapy for a month or 2 months. And at the end of that time, you'll be compensated reasonably, but it's not going to be $1 million. People want to know how they're going to get their car fixed, who's going to pay for it. I mean, there's just all measure of questions, and it, in my mind, is an absolute. The attorney must explain these things with each and every component part.